Good evening. Welcome to Today Tonight. I'm Molly Gambhir. First, to the big development of the hour coming in from the United Kingdom that's making headlines across India. UK's Home Office has ordered the extradition of fugitive Indian businessman Vijay Mallya. It's a development that the UK Home Office has confirmed to Wion World as one. Vijay Mallya now has 2 weeks to challenge that extradition. The government, meanwhile, has claimed it as a big victory. Union Minister Arun Jaitley took to Twitter saying, and I'm quoting, "The Modi government clears one more step to get Mallya extradited while opposition rallies around the Sharda scamsters." This, of course, in reference to the developments coming in during the day, but focusing for now on the big setback coming in for the fugitive businessman Vijay Mallya. This is a development that we've been tracking ever since news came in of the hearings taking place in the UK. We have been closely monitoring the developments coming in from the UK's court, and the UK Home Office now has signed that extradition order for Vijay Mallya. What this also means is that the appeals process can officially begin. Let's go straight across now to our principal diplomatic correspondent, Siddhant Sibal, joining us from New Delhi. Also with us is our London Bureau Chief, Mandy Clark. Mandy, to you first. You've been closely monitoring the developments in the UK court. This confirmation coming in from the UK Home Office comes after the extradition order was given out in December by the court. Tell us in greater detail what happens next, because this, of course, means that Vijay Mallya has 2 weeks to appeal against that extradition. Any word, any reaction coming in from his counsel?
No reaction yet from the Mallya camp, but we can fully expect that he will appeal his case. He gave every indication when the verdict was handed down in December that he would likely appeal. So it would be a bigger surprise if he didn't, if he just accepted the ruling and had headed home. So in all likelihood, he will appeal, and then it goes to the appeals court. Now, that court will be much shorter than the original hearing that lasted over a year, listening to all the evidence. The appeals court will examine it and make a much swifter decision, and that will likely take a few months for that whole process to begin and end.
Right. Stay with me, Mandy. Also getting in Siddhant onto the conversation. Siddhant, this is a case which India has been strongly fighting for. It's left no stone unturned to ensure that Vijay Mallya is brought back to the country. Tell us a little bit more about the significance of the development that comes in just a couple of months after the order was given out by the UK court there.
Well, it has a huge significance. Of course, we know that on 10th of December, the UK Magistrate Court allowed extradition, but it was to be signed by the UK Secretary of State, who had 60 days to sign it. The deadline was, of course, 10th of February, and before that was to happen, before the deadline, he signed it on 3rd of February, just yesterday, and this was confirmed first to Wion by the UK Home Office, confirming the development. The UK Home Office press secretary also said that he has 14 days to appeal when it comes to the entire case. But this is a big shot in the arm for the government, especially in an election year. The finance minister has already reacted. We know he, of course, saying that he basically tweeted that Modi government clears one more step to get Mallya extradited while opposition rallies around Sharda scamsters. This, of course, the government, of course, has already acknowledged it, noted the entire that the extradition has been signed, but has told Wion that we welcome the UK government's decision in the matter, but we await an early completion of the legal process for his extradition. Legal process can take little more time, as Mandy was telling us, but there is another fugitive hiding in the United Kingdom, Nirav Modi. That is another person that India will be hoping to get back soon. In last 4 years, India has been able to get back 16 fugitives. In 2018 itself, 5 fugitive, and we know in December what happened. Not only Mallya, the the order was announced, but India got back Christian Michel, a British national from United Arab Emirates, who of course is in the custody of agencies, the ED and the CBI.
And Mandy, also talking a little bit more about the charges that Vijay Mallya faces. Of course, the list is long, but focusing on the ones that have been mentioned in the order there.
Of course, really, it's They look at what he's been accused of and really is there a case to be answered. And that's what the appeal court is going to be looking at. They're not looking at if he's guilty or not of those crimes, if there's a strong case to be answered. And that actually gives India a much stronger position. He's not being tried really in Britain. So what we saw in that previous hearing is that the Judge Emma really said she strongly believed that there was fraudulent activity, that there was that he was evasive with the law. He wasn't completely upfront, and she does believe there is a case to be answered. Of course, it's up to the Indian courts to decide his future, but in many ways, speaking to lawyers, that his appeal will likely go against him, and in all likelihood he's just delaying the inevitable that Britain will allow for his extradition.
Absolutely. He has 2 weeks now to appeal against that extradition. That order has now been signed by the UK Home Office. This, of course, is a development coming in after the UK court there had ordered his extradition in December. Siddhant, also, before we wrap this up, this is a case which has political ramifications as well in the country, because the government, of course, it's a huge boost for the Narendra Modi government, which has been making concerted efforts to ensure that Vijay Mallya is brought back. This certainly is a way forward, a step forward in cracking down on fugitives.
Well, of course, a step forward on cracking down on the fugitive, but huge political ramifications, especially when it comes to the entire saga which is happening in Kolkata. We have seen the reaction of the finance minister, but this, of course, is part of the Modi government's plan to bring back fugitives, persons involved in the black money issue. This was one of the key agenda in the 2014 election, and this year also it's expected to be a key agenda. By this decision, it of course will be seen by the public as an affirmation and a belief in the Modi government when it comes to bringing back these fugitives who have been responsible for looting the country, the public sector banks, and of course Vijay Mallya was a poster boy of it, and he, it seems, is coming back to India. Of course, there's a legal battle. He has 14 days to appeal, but from the initial victory for India, it seems that it will be a huge victory very soon, and Vijay Mallya is expected to be back here in India.
All right, we're going to leave it there for the moment. Siddhant Sibal and Mandy Clark, appreciate very much for joining us on the broadcast with those updates.